Hello friends, welcome to the Global Pulse. China and Philippines clash again in South China Sea, accused of hitting each other's ship. The Philippines and China have accused each other of deliberately colliding with a Coast Guard vessel in the South China Sea. Teresa Magbanua of the Philippines' largest Coast Guard, 97 meters, 320 feet, was damaged in the collision, but no personnel were injured, Teresa said. China's Coast Guard spokesman Lu Dijuan said in a statement that the Philippines, who were illegally trapped in Shoal, illegally held the ship in the South China Sea. The Philippines and China on Saturday accused each other of deliberately colliding with each other's Coast Guard vessel in the South China Sea. According to Reuters, on Saturday, the Coast Guard vessels of both countries have accused each other of damaging each other's ships in the disputed South China Sea. This incident has happened across Sabina Shoal. This is the fifth maritime confrontation between the two in a month amid a long-standing enmity. Philippine Coast Guard spokesman J. Teresa showed video of Saturday's collision at a press briefing and said the Chinese Coast Guard vessel 5205 directly and deliberately hit the Philippine vessel without provocation. Teresa Magbanua of the Philippines' largest Coast Guard, 97 meters, 320 feet, was damaged in the collision, but no personnel were injured, Teresa said. Teresa said Manila would not withdraw its ship despite harassment, bullying activities and increased actions by the Chinese Coast Guard. China's Coast Guard spokesman Lu Dijuan said in a statement that the Philippines, trapped illegally in Shoal, illegally anchored the ship in the South China Sea and suddenly deliberately hit a Chinese Coast Guard vessel. He directed the Philippines to withdraw immediately and called for consequences if they did not do so. The Chinese Coast Guard vessel will take necessary measures to firmly thwart all acts of provocation, sabotage and violation, and safeguard the country's territorial sovereignty and maritime rights and interests, Lu said. Trade is worth $3 trillion through South China Sea. Beijing claims almost all of the South China Sea, including parts claimed by the Philippines, Brunei, Malaysia, Taiwan, and Vietnam. This part of the waterway generates $3 trillion in trade every year. The entire region is considered to be rich in oil and natural gas reserves as well as fish reserves. In 2016, the Permanent Court of Arbitration found that China's broader claims had no legal basis, which Beijing rejected. The U.S. criticized China for their behavior. At the same time, the U.S. has criticized the Chinese on this incident. The U.S. ambassador to the Philippines received Washington's support for treaty ally the Philippines. The United States condemns the many dangerous violations of international law by the PRC, People's Republic of China, including today's deliberate sabotage, Ambassador Mary Kay Carlson said on social media platform X. In April, the Philippines deployed a ship at Sabina Shoal, 75 nautical miles off the coast of the Philippine province of Palawan. The Philippines accused China of building an artificial island, saying it had documented piles of dead and crushed corals on sandbars, which Beijing denies. This week, the Philippine Maritime Council said Chinese aircraft conducted unprotected maneuvers against a civilian aircraft patrolling two other disputed areas, Scarborough Shoal and Subi Reef. The Philippines on Sunday accused China of blocking routine supply missions, saying Chinese ships used water cannons on a Fisheries Bureau ship carrying food, fuel and medical supplies for Filipino fishermen. Thank you very much for being with us. Always stay tuned for the latest news and updates across the globe. Goodbye and see you soon.